What up? It's your boy, back at it again with another movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Scarface and Wall Street. Both movies, Scarface and Wall Street, relate to the 1980s era because of their characters. First, Tony Montana, a Cuban refugee, goes to America in search of the American dream. He wants to get rich quick in Miami with whatever means necessary. It is hard for him, though, because he is from a communist country in America in the 80s, which was not a time period that was kind to communists in America. He comes over to America in the Mariel boat lift, in which Fidel Castro sent many Cubans with criminal records on boats to America to cause problems for current President Jimmy Carter. Tony becomes a drug dealer and gets involved with many illegal activities. A big part of the movie is cocaine, which Tony sells. In the 1980s, cocaine was America's drug of choice. In Scarface, everyone does it everywhere, especially in the clubs and in their homes, like it was a casual thing. It caused many problems for but also funded Ronald Reagan's presidency. Wall Street also had cocaine references. People will casually snort cocaine while driving from point A to point B. Both movies also set the scene perfectly. Scarface's portrayal of 1980s Miami is spot on. The club scene is big with all the bright lights and catchy dance music. The 80s club style guided the way to the clubs and parties we have today with different dance moves and fast-paced dance music. Miami's beaches show many people with hairstyles that reflect the time period and other things, with the occasional consumption of cocaine like I mentioned before. 1980s New York is much like how it is shown in Wall Street. A lot of men and women in fancy suits and dresses hurrying to their jobs so they can make their money. It is busy and bustling like it still is today. Both movies deal with the American dream, which in the 80s was popular because people were trying not to be afraid anymore and wanted to have a good time. Bud Fox and Tony Montana try to get rich quick and mostly through illegal ways. Bud uses insider trading because he is a stockbroker trying to make a good impression on a hotshot stockbroker named Gordon Gekko. Tony sells cocaine and kills for money. When the characters are at the highest point in their lives, they have so much money they barely know what to do with it. Bud buys a huge apartment just for himself, and Tony buys a mansion and even has a pet tiger. They both go crazy with all the money they get, and they lose the people they love the most. Bud's relationship with his dad is broken after they have opposing views on a deal that involves the company his dad works for. Tony's best friend Manny is killed by him for dating his sister, and Tony's sister is killed for being with Tony when his mansion is raided. Bud gets lucky and is able to change his ways, even though he still goes to jail for insider trading. Tony is not so lucky and is killed by another drug dealer in his mansion.
Say hello to my little friend!
Whether it was how much influence and effect cocaine had on everyday life, the American dream and how anyone can achieve it, how Americans felt about the communists in the country, or just the flashy places they go in the movies, Wall Street and Scarface represented the era of the 80s well. They portrayed the setting correctly while also creating good stories that wanted to make you keep watching the movie. I would recommend both these movies to anyone who is looking for a good 80s movie to watch. Well, that's it. See you next time on Movie Reviews.